Tomorrow's going to be interesting because Own has a different style than maybe Cadence or Holyn, who can maybe get a few more birdies out there, but Own's always in contention, making literally 100% of her putts.
Based on the way Scoggins is playing, I think she's going to put together another solid round tomorrow. I think if Cadence lets off the pace, Own could kind of swoop in, and I think Cadence will have to sort of hold on to at least a 4 or 5 down to secure it.
If Cadence plays like she did today, she's going to get her first DGPT win. Absolutely. Just keep throwing clean shots, hitting some putts, converting every single shot. Honestly, there's no way anyone can catch her.
Holyn is always a threat, no matter how far back she is. She is just executing those longer par 4s, textbook. She's got the backhand, she's got the sidearm, and her putt is looking really good right now, so I'm not surprised if she puts together another hot round tomorrow.
Rebecca probably gonna have to push towards double digits if she wants to win this one. It'll be interesting to see if it turns into more of a podium battle or if she really has a chance. She's gonna have to score early and a lot.
I think Cadence needs to, keep it steady. Don't get ahead of herself. She is a young player, new to the scene and having a really great season. I think she has all the skills and she's got a pretty good mindset to sort of have a steady round tomorrow, and that's all she really needs to do. It's going to be interesting to test a young player and see whether she has what it takes to, bring it home on the final day.
Hello and welcome to the front 9 of the final round of the 2025 Discmania Challenge presented by True Bank. It's our 9th stop. We're halfway through the season. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Sofia Donnecke.
Are we sticking with
Honk and Donk?
Honk and Donk,
yeah,
baby.
Let's go.
Named by you guys, so
thank you.
It's your fault. Thank you. Yes. It's going to be an exciting one. Cadence shooting a 9 down bogey free, making some crazy par saves on the back and getting so many birdies, especially on the front 9. Scoggins lighting up the back 9, which is harder to do. Holyn Handley shooting a 7 down, Rebecca Cox shooting 6. So they're in contention, but kind of like you said in that preview, Cadence just needs to be clean and hang on, I think.
Yeah.
Hole 1 is a par 5 at 760 feet. You got to make it through this double mandatory. It's pretty wide. Most ladies going through that right side gap that we flew through. Second shot, you can try to go across, but we really aren't seeing that because this hazard line here is so close to where you need to land, and that tree on the right really kind of right in the way and drops you OB if you don't execute the shot cleanly. See a lot more ladies kind of laying up and just playing for an easy birdie.
9 down. Your current leader, sponsored by Discmania, Birdie Bags, Disc Respect, and Monkey Grip Dies. From Huntsville, Alabama, make some noise for Cadence Burge.
I was really hoping she'd do a couple ponytail whips for us,
flip.
Little flip before throwing, but
big day.
Big day. Cadence getting second last weekend at U.S. Women's. I mean, she's been all over coverage in the hunt for a while now.
And that first shot comes out clean.
And it's
great.
huge, too. Yeah, big shot.
Well past those big trees.
The current #1 Global Master Series leader, sponsored by Innova and Flying Saucers. From Los Angeles, California, make some noise for Scoggins!
Own with that perfect C1X putting, that's just a dream.
Keeping up with the young bucks here.
Yeah, she always does.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of a tail, was it right to left crosswind today?
Yeah, overall pretty calm day,
pretty
though.
minimal. Mm-hmm.
Next on the tee pad, a 6-time champion, sponsored by Discraft and Zupka from Grapevine, Texas. Let's hear it for Holyn Handley.
She's out hunting today, I think.
Mm-hmm. I like her little wave. So friendly. And that's very low for Holyn. It'll be fine for birdie.
Yeah, it'll be an open layup play.
Sponsored by Latitude 64. From Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's make some noise for Rebecca Cox.
I played with Rebecca on day one. I believe, I'm trying to remember, she either shot 2 or 3 down, but clean round. And it was funny, the announcer was saying what year, like everyone got their PDGA number, and Rebecca was like 2007. She's like, I was a child. I'm not that old.
That looks great. That's a bomb. She could go across if she really wanted to.
Yeah, I do wish we got to see that a little bit more, and I hope
Maybe they'll factor that in next year.
I hope so. It's just like, it's fun. It's a good time.
And that looks like she'll have an easy approach from there.
Yeah.
Her sidearm.
Yeah, the sidearm is a really nice play to go across to take that one big tree on the right out of play. Yeah, it was kind of, so we started an hour earlier today, just in case there are some storms later, trying to get the entire MPO and FPO fields to finish today. So maybe a little bit wetter ground conditions than we've experienced, but it was way less wind and a little bit cooler, so that was nice.
Yeah, it was overcast, so you didn't have that hot sun beating down on you. Cadence lays up to that upper bubble layup zone, so she's got the wide open backhand approach across the hazard. Looks like Rebecca's going for the same area.
Yeah, the upper bub.
The upper bub.
That's a great shot. And as expected, Holyn with the big forehand here. Probably, what, like, not quite 300 feet, like 275 maybe, something like that? Or even closer?
I think it's close to 3 from there, and
Yeah.
it plays a little uphill.
It's a good rip.
Not a short shot.
And here you can see what we're talking about with those kind of low right side tree limbs, not really letting you throw the hyzer, own throwing right at the basket, gonna fade away from it. That's a great shot.
Yeah. You don't want to mess with that tree or hill, because you just get the backwards roll a lot back into the penalty zones.
Plus, there must be some sort of small magical creature that lives in that little mound. I mean, look at it. You don't want to mess with
mound?
that. Yeah.
Parked for birdie.
Yeah. She's looking true to form compared to yesterday. And clearly she's got nerves of steel.
Yeah.
Rebecca with the shortest approach distance I've actually seen. It was quite the second shot.
Wow.
And that's
fine. A little help from the Poppet Hill.
Definitely a little bit of a tester to start. I kind of like having like a 25-footer on the first
Do you now?
go. If you make it, you're gonna have some nice confidence, you know, going in.
Like
I don't
Owen
like to have a 30-footer. I like to have a 25 foot.
25
20 to
footer.
25 is ideal. Like this, you know, just gets you going.
All right, I'll take a 18-footer maybe.
Okay.
That look clean.
Nice.
Great.
And only our second star frame of the tournament on hole 1, which played very difficult the first day. And I think everyone figuring it out. It played a quarter stroke easier yesterday. And then, let's see, let me see.
Do we
Let
got
me
it?
pull it up. Let me pull it up. We're professionals here in the booth. It played actually the same average as... Yeah, oh, no, it's hard to, oh no, it's better. It was 5.07. So it played half a stroke harder than it did today on day 1. So everyone figuring this one out.
All right, moving on to hole number 2. It's a par 4, 695 feet. You want to fly, cross over OB. All OB shots go to that drop zone we passed. Landing here, and then you have a tricky uphill approach bomb to this sloped green. OB on the right side, but most people end up getting sucked left with the righty backhand. We didn't see a lot of birdies on this hole in the past 2 days.
No,
so.
but Holyn, I believe, got it both days. She was one of 2 birdies on both days.
The big side
with
on
that
approach.
Exactly on the second. So hopefully we get to see that again today.
We also don't have to deal with that wind today.
Yeah.
There was like a head right to left type of wind, which made that uphill shot really tricky.
True.
To the basket.
Yeah, it was nice to have the wind down. And you weren't kidding. On hole 1, 46% of the field birdied it.
I know.
That's crazy.
That's a record.
Yeah.
It's got to be for the tournament.
It definitely is. It's way higher. Working the flex as she does. That's going to be a great spot.
It's locking in.
Yeah, Holyn is scary when she focuses.
That was so controlled, but also such a bomb.
Controlled bomb, definitely her style. Rebecca looks pretty locked in herself. I like the height on this one. Let the disc do the work.
That is like, those are all like in a great landing zone.
Yeah, looks
as
like
good as you can get.
Everyone pretty dialed going into the final round today. This requires so much distance to get even a circle 2 look at the pin. Owen working the full flex, and she's still probably, oh, that's a nice little roll. What, not even edge of circle 2, probably still
close to circle 2.
Or is she?
She's in the circle 2.
Oh, nice, nice.
The circle 2
The
back.
circle 2. The infamous circle 2.
I'm coining it that. Why does circle 1 get to be called the circle?
You're right. There are 2 circles. Ooh.
Oh, man.
That's actually a bad break. Dang, it got like a huge skip off that little dirt patch.
Yeah, like there's just a couple skippy spots on this course where you get some good ground play.
For the most part, the grass really just stops you in your tracks.
That's not the spot you want a lot of ground play, to be honest.
Cadence also getting a little bit sucked to that left side on that pretty steep right to left slope. Here's the play if you got it to fight that gravitational force pulling you into that left side rough. Man, Holyn,
bullseye.
3 for 3.
Wow.
The only one in the tournament to do so. Everyone else with a chance, though.
Yeah, it's an uphill putt from down there.
And a long one.
Oh, Rebecca's in there somewhere.
Oh,
Was
did
that
she
a
not
throw?
even get out? I think so. Boy, she must have been pretty deep in there. It really rocketed off that little dirt patch. And a tough break. Honestly, it wasn't a bad shot. Cadence also obstructed. I don't even think she can see it. That branch in the way.
That'll do for par.
Good effort. Holyn gonna take one on the entire card. And
most of the field.
yeah, for sure. Oh boy.
Shoot.
Mistake stacking for Rebecca on hole 2. Bullseye hit for Holyn here.
Yeah, one of the 3 birdies on the day. Ella and Kat Murch bagging the other 2.
Nice.
This was the 4th most difficult hole on the course today.
Gotcha. Oh,
So,
didn't it play?
even without the wind.
It was like second most difficult yesterday.
Yeah, but the wind was way worse.
It was
but
way
even without the
worse.
wind, it's
It just demonstrates how hard of a birdie it is to get. It takes some pretty elite power, particularly on the forehand.
all right. Off to a solid start here.
hole 3, downhill par 3, 320 feet, narrow gap to hit off the tee. You see a pretty equal amount of backhands and sidearms. You want to get across this casual little creek area. Some OB does start up on the right, pretty close to the water line. You want to get something that honestly pushes mostly straight, maybe finishes a little right, but you don't want to challenge the water. I think most people are pretty happy if you just hit the main gap and get at least 3/4 of the way down there and get a circle 2 look. If you can get inside the circle, you are pretty thrilled. I like the straight pushing sidearm.
Like that.
The mistake for that is to end up a little too far right. Holyn does it just perfectly though.
Just the right amount right. We've been seeing some really nice backhands on this hole.
Cadence threw probably the best one of the weekend that I've seen, at least yesterday. Not quite as good today, but it's fine for par, I think.
Yeah, you really have to challenge that left side with
Yes.
the backhand to
Yeah.
give it the space it needs. And it looks like she overdid it a little bit.
This one doesn't shape up quite as well for the flex. Own gonna make full use of the width of this fairway. She gets most of the way down there. And Rebecca with a fuse here. I love how she throws this disc.
Wow.
Oh, it's so pretty. No,
Wow.
you little
Okay.
branch.
Maintenance.
Why I oughta. That looked perfect.
That did look nice. Yeah, it's still a tricky approach from here, but if you're in that cluster of trees, you feel good about scrambling for a par. The putt is a little scary on this hole. Like you can, if you're long, you can kind of head into the water. Which
Yeah, even
is a little
Own
drop off there.
laying up, and she's a hyper aggressive
Yeah.
putter. Rebecca with a half bid. Just not quite worth it to get too nuts on this one. Holyn, foot on the gas here. She's
Yeah.
chasing, starting off with a turkey.
Another one on Cadence. The whole played a 3.22, so a little over par, but mid-pack. I think it was the 8th hardest on the day, so. And a good split between birdie, par, and bogey.
Yeah, I've always liked that hole.
Yeah. Locked in.
Holyn tying it up with Own, 4 strokes back of Cadence. Cap Merch off to a
9
good
down.
start as well, 3 down.
Oh, 3 down. I read the wrong thing. All right.
She's 9
hole
down.
number 4 is a big water carry, par 3 downhill, 431 feet. You're kind of looking to decide how aggressive you want to get. Depends on the wind a bit. That big circle to the left of the basket is sort of in the circle, so if you land around there, you've got a putt for birdie. A lot of people opting short left to play it safe, but let's see how aggressive these people get.
Yeah, they're pushing.
Yeah.
And the wind being down.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's thinking safe. Look at that. That
Holyn
will
getting
be nice.
Yeah, very aggressive, carrying over the
Oh.
water.
My
Oh
goodness.
my.
Wow.
As aggressive
That's what you
as
have
you
to
can
do
be.
to
Yeah,
park it on the right side of the basket.
that's awesome.
Wow.
We've seen Holyn throw more directly at the basket and fade early, which is the more typical play. They still get a putt, but to park it, you gotta get a little risky.
Yeah. That's a common landing zone right there. Just outside circle 2, around there, but pretty straight bid to the basket. Safe run.
You think Cadence is getting nervous yet?
She seems cool as a cucumber.
She does.
Yeah. Own getting to a similar spot there, just outside C2. We saw a lot of pars on this hole. Not a lot of bogeys. Not a lot of birdies. So
I don't think there were any birdies on this one yesterday, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. And only a couple on day 1.
come on,
Rebecca.
back.
Also getting really aggressive. Come on.
Oh no!
So
that
close.
was like almost the same spot as Holyn, just a few feet short.
And
So-
Rebecca gonna go to the drop zone,
Yeah.
which is a circle 2 putt downhill at the water. Cadence from 80 or so. Nice run
Mm-hmm.
from that distance.
Ooh. Had the juice.
I think Kristen Lett is probably the most intense person to chase down a lead, but I think Holyn is the second most intense, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
If she's on, there's no stopping her.
No.
Rebecca unable to convert the par save. And 4 in a row. I'm calling that an American goldfinch. The state bird of Iowa.
Wow. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this hole played a lot. Well, similar. It played a 3.02 average. Way more birdies today. I mean, still only 15%, so 6 birdies
Oh,
on
that's
the day.
a lot on
But
this hole.
I think the lack of wind again, bringing out some more birdies for FPO. Handley taking another stroke.
Yeah, to
on the
bring it
card.
within 3 in
Now
only
we
4
got
holes.
an
Yeah,
exciting race.
we do. Hole 5, the island hole. You are greeted by a large crowd of bee-themed people and some sticks of honey if you want it. You are going over the water with a 275-foot shot. There is a $500 CTP, so, you know, putting it close isn't a bad thing here. To win a little extra cash. There's OB all around, as you can see. I would say short and left are the most common errors. You also see people sometimes challenging the right side of it too much and dropping short.
There's that little guardian tree on the right as well.
Ladies, awesome job to this point. Good luck the rest of the way. It's been a pleasure. Let's go!
Every round, these people just showed up for every card. It's awesome.
Yeah, they're there early. And today, again, the first card was out at 7, and most of them were here already.
Aw, that's awesome.
Oh, that looks beautiful. Maybe deep.
A little deep.
Deep.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice little regurgitation.
Just spat it right back out. I think deep is probably the best miss because you usually still have a putt.
Yeah. And the basket's elevated, so if you just ignore the water in the background, it's easy.
Cadence pushing that tree a very
Oh my
common
gosh.
plane and bases it. She's gonna be pretty close to that CTP, it looks
Yeah.
like. She's probably not thinking about it since she's thinking about winning the tournament, but, you know,
Yeah.
nice bonus. I know that gecko's out here. Oh, there he is on the left. You see it?
No.
There's a giant Geico mascot that comes out on the last day. You see it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
I can't see it.
No, but like while you were out there, you didn't?
Oh, no.
Ah.
I didn't. I was locked in.
Oh, this looks great too.
Yeah. Like that, and just settles up.
Yes, 2
All right.
base hits. That's
They're
amazing.
gonna have to count the steps between them. See there.
So much for coming. Good luck the rest of the way. Don't forget your headache.
Such awesome energy there.
Holyn for 5 in a row. Nice. Oh, she loves it.
She is getting into the zone. She's already in it. There he
See?
is. Wow.
Yeah.
That looks CGI kind of.
Honestly, it's like kind of scary in real life because the head is so tall because the person's face is in the neck. A good birdie there from Own. Oh, at 5 birdies in a row, what we do for some reason is just put a little golden sombrero on the regional bird. So just imagine a little
Okay.
golden sombrero on the
On the
American goldfinch. Yes.
I like it.
We can come up with our own thing.
How
if you
big is
want.
it?
Oh.
No.
Rebecca.
Finding some struggles on the green.
That's such a bummer. I mean, she really parked the hole, and I mean, it was definitely a little right side, but that should have stuck. Sometimes it's hard just to get your round really going after a couple strokes in the wrong direction.
All right.
5 in a row, dang.
Yeah. 3 strokes, and then 1 more down to own.
Valerie Mandojano 5 down through 7 as well, having a great round.
Yeah. And on to hole 6. It's a par 4. It's 575 feet, a long fairway sloping left to right. OB on the left, but the real danger is honestly on the right. A lot of people get sucked into that tree line, and then you got to scramble to get around this corner where the basket's tucked in. A lot of people going with like a backhand down, getting some distance, and then a sidearm into the green. But we've seen a lot of amazing backhands executed into the circle as well.
Truly.
It's a fun hole.
Yeah, I love it. Holyn, so locked in. She didn't see that gecko either.
No.
Guaranteed.
And that's a nice safe and far.
And very far.
Landing zone.
She might almost be able to see it from there.
Sometimes you want to like work that left OB line kind of to open up the angle, but I think Holyn's got the spike sidearm to get in from the middle there too.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit more important for the backhand shot.
This is probably a little more right than
Just a
you
hint.
want, but honestly, that's great too.
Did Owen go backhand on the second? Yes. I don't know. I can
She
never
kept
tell with her.
surprising us.
Right?
Yeah, she was tricking us. But that's nice.
Yeah, on the left side. A little short, but good for a sidearm for sure.
Yeah.
Rebecca throwing her trusty Sergeant.
Yeah, she's throwing some really nice shots here. And you can see the tufty trees. That last one on the right is in circle 2, and the basket's directly right. And that
Pushing
needs
a-
to work. Okay.
Yeah,
so she's got like just outside circle 2. Look at the basket, wide open.
I think that was a good little. We'll call it a tuft hit.
That was probably not her planned shot.
Definitely
but
not. Oh, Rebecca leaning on the sidearm. Love to
that
see it.
looks nice.
Oh, great speed and
Wonderful.
angle.
It's easy to get caught in that corner.
Yes.
If you saw it off a bit.
Can Cadence do it again?
Wow.
This is such a high level shot.
Looks
This
a
one
little
pushing
far.
a little deep. And gonna find the out of
So-
bounds.
That's tricky, and that's a tricky spot.
Yeah.
I know that spot.
Yeah, I also was over there inbounds, but the windows are pretty small to get to the
It's like a
basket.
surprise bush.
Holyn looking to go 6 in a row here.
Yeah, she's in the circle. Her putt's looking good. And Cadence just went OB.
Yeah, could be a pretty big swing here.
Only's up again.
And we saw this from Own yesterday, where kind of the classic style out here at Pickard, where you take a lot of pars, get your birdies where you can. And let's see if Cadence has a window to work with.
Okay.
She made a lot of amazing par saves yesterday. This will be her
Not
first
quite.
bogey in quite a while.
Yeah, she was bogey free yesterday. For her 9 down.
For a 2-stroke swing here.
Oh, shoot.
Still going to get a stroke on Cadence. Rebecca just trying to build some momentum here.
Yes.
Whew.
Sneaks in. She needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can still work her way back up. There's time, but got to get things going. Own still hanging in there, 3 strokes back. Holyn within 2 now. checking in with Macy Veladiaz on hole 9. This is one we don't see birdied very often. It's very difficult to get all the way to the circle. She's going to land in circle 2.
Yes, that's circle 2.
Maybe edge of circle 2? Not even.
No, I think...
Yeah, she's like just outside.
Some of the tufts are for the MPO basket.
It's true.
So
oh,
it's
that
kinda
is
confusing.
what it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Huge
That's
putt
a very
regardless.
uphill putt right there. That's a tricky one to make. It's a good birdie.
Yeah, she's putting together a solid round. It looked like she was 4 down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Snuck in. All right, 2 strokes.
Yeah, that's nothing out here.
Wow.
What's going on, guys? Hold My Bag just launched the greatest disc golf fantasy game in the universe.
Hold My Bag just dropped the best fantasy disc golf game the planet has ever seen.
I want to tell you guys about the newest disc golf fantasy game on the market.
One of my favorite parts is the Hold My Bag. This is something that we started doing, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Hole 7, an uphill par 3, 250 feet. It's hazard all the way around these wooden logs, so make sure to get into the wood chips. No wind today, which was nice. You want to throw something that kind of spikes in. You can throw a straight flat shot with a lower speed disc if you like, but you do see people kind of disking up, hanging out to the right and coming in. Macy's 5 down for those of you who can count. I can't, so just wanted to clarify that. The lighting here is
Good execution.
crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
sick.
I thought I was going to stay in the little ring, but
All right, Rebecca, back in it.
yes.
One more time.
Yeah, this is a pretty uphill shot, and when the wind gets going, it can be tricky to sort of read that wind right and throw uphill. But she has the distance dialed, and that looks wonderful.
Yeah, they put the elevation on the tee signs. This one, 23 feet uphill. Holyn
Looks a little
throwing
high.
it 50 feet in the air,
Can it check up? Yeah.
just outside the circle. We know Holyn can make those with her very spinny step putt.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where if you're not, in the wood chips looking at a birdie, you're kind of
Work.
kicking yourself.
Work back. Oh, my goodness.
Own catching the log. And that's a difficult par save. She's at least kind of level with it, not putting uphill though. Cadence looking to start pushing here. Her
Yeah.
lead's being eaten up pretty quickly, and that's well done. Especially with Holyn outside the circle.
Yeah.
I think make. Nope.
Are we doing little bets here?
We can.
Make.
Dang. Okay, we didn't bet anything though, so that was just a warm up. That's a big one.
Wow. That was important.
Oh, cool.
Looks like a lollipop.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and always good for a comebacker. Oh, and also bogey free yesterday. That's her first bogey in quite a while. Cadence to keep it at a 2-stroke lead.
Yeah.
There we go. Little birdie sandwich.
Yeah. This is a hole you want to birdie because it is wide open and the distance is attainable for the whole field without the wind. It was the easiest hole on the day.
Yeah, nice. Makes sense.
Almost 50% of the field taking that birdie.
Holyn, kind of disappointing that it's not a perfect 7 through 7, but still having
Yeah.
a really hot
Come
round.
on, Holyn. All right, we're on to hole 8. It's a downhill par 3, 420 feet. Will be along the left side, but the common mistake is to be sucked right into the tree line there. There is OB behind the basket at that bridge. Most of the field, or the whole field, can get here because it does play downhill. But it's a fun hole.
Yeah, we saw Cadence has spaced this one both rounds so far.
Yeah, this has been an exciting one
Yeah.
off the tee for us.
Day 1, she rolled out of bounds. Yesterday, checked up on a tree, but was headed towards out of bounds. Today, ace? We don't know.
We'll see.
Rebecca gonna end up, looks like in circle 2 to the left. A fairly common and not a good mistake to make, because as Sofia said, that right side is brutal.
Yeah, you kind of have to challenge it with an overstable
Yes.
disc if you're throwing the righty backhand. Holyn going with a slower disc. Probably wanted to flip up, but left it on too much hyzer there. And that's going to be tricky.
Strange spot. All right, hit the thing, Cadence. Wow.
He's trying.
Sit. Sit, sit, sit.
Wow. That thing got
There's
some
OB
ground
down
play.
there. Green.
Green flag, but it's going to be probably pitch
Obstructed.
out.
Yeah. You think she was scared of hitting the pin and rolling away?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Own working that flex hard.
Yeah, you kind of, she's challenging that right side. Doesn't get a huge skip, but she's in C2.
Yeah, risky putt though, with that drop off behind with the OB.
Mm-hmm.
Holyn has never looked smaller than in this moment.
Tiny.
Teeny. The cute little putt too. Rebecca not really left with anything, has to just hyzer around that tree and settle for par.
Yeah.
What do you think? Make or miss? Bet you $1.
Miss.
Dang it.
Oh, wow. I feel like that's my fault.
Yep, it is.
That
At
looks
least you got
perfect.
$1 out of it. Oh, wow. Cadence
Wow.
in there.
She's got a window.
That's nice.
So she should be able to get that par. I don't know if she's running this.
Misses.
Okay. Wow. Good call.
Thank you. Been doing this a while.
All right, a bunch of pars.
Yeah, no one able to convert. This one usually sees a few more birdies. Today, what, it had 7?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd expect maybe a couple more than that.
It played exactly 3.00.
Ooh, I
So-
always like that. I don't know why. It's very satisfying.
I find it suspicious.
Whoever designed the course is like, yes, when that happens. Still 2 strokes separating. Cap Merch in a tie for third with her 5 down.
You got some stuff happening here.
We do. Hole 9, a par 3, 290 feet uphill. Very, very uphill. And just this first hill making you throw very nose up. To get all the way there, you barely want to clear the hill, and you're usually challenging probably the right side mostly of OB, but sometimes the left if you hyzer out. What we saw from Macy is a really typical play just to land kind of deep in circle 2. We sometimes see people make it all the way to circle 1, but very rarely.
It's nice that it's not windy.
Yeah, yesterday nobody was able to birdie it, and there was just a couple on day 1.
That looks good if it doesn't skip too much.
And they really brought that
Wait.
left side OB into play, but she's safe.
She is, okay.
Yeah, you could see her trying to look over the hill at it.
Not a chance.
Ooh, I like
That's
this little bit of
nice.
turn.
Wow.
Beautiful.
C1.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Neat.
Yeah, just hovering over the ground there.
Yep, that's the
what
way
you
to do
want.
it.
And Cadence is in circle 2 as well. That's right around where Macy was, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always a good feeling to get this tee shot done.
Man, who was the closest to the hill? They all cleared it by less than a foot, it looked like.
Yeah. I guess that's the play.
It is. It absolutely is.
Oh my gosh.
I like this little arms up.
For a moment there.
thing Rebecca was doing. It was a great run. And she knows this one's absolutely a bonus birdie.
Yeah. Oh, that looked good. It is a bonus birdie.
And yeah, I think you're right. That's the circle 2 whiskers for the MPO pin. But they're still probably a full 45, 50 feet away uphill.
Everyone giving it a really solid bid. But Holyn, let's see if she can take one on the card. Yes,
She can.
does.
Oh, that's
Wow.
huge to bring it within
A
a
little
stroke.
redemption. Yeah.
She was one of 2 people to land inside the circle today. Macy, the only other birdie on the day. No, Rebecca. Shoot.
Yeah, Rebecca's been putting herself in all the great positions, just having some struggles in the circle.
And 1 stroke separating with 9 to go.
Wow.
Whew.
This is juicy.
Uh-huh.
Some juicy stuff right here.
It makes for some exciting golf.
Woo!
Holyn Handley really locked in.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Kat also getting up there.
Yeah, she's within
She's only
4.
through
Good
9.
point.
Yeah, there's so much golf left.
And it gets really hard. The back 9, you
Yeah.
can make a lot more mistakes back there. They can
can.
stack up. It really stretches out. It'll test you.
Yeah, you got 17, 18 looming over you.
Looming. Always
the whole time.
the hardest
So,
holes. So,
Yeah. Wow.
ooh. Well, if you don't come back for the back 9, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So we'll see you back there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything
Thanks
else?
for joining us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is really exciting stuff.
And please help us get to 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, because then we can stop talking about it so much. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
And I'm Sofia Donnecke.
Honk and donk.
You.
Watch your body and I feel that sunshine.